Good evening, actually, and welcome to day 30 of this 40-day journey from being passive to passionate about our purpose. And today's theme is release in order to resolve. Okay? Releasing is so important to your ability to resolve those issues that are keeping you in a passive state. Okay? Stated simply, yesterday was my birthday. So if you've been following this 40-day journey, then you saw the flipogram that I uploaded to YouTube of, It's My Time by Kelly Praise. Well, along with the monumental 51 were a lot of stuff that came up regarding birthdays. And, let's be honest. If at any point in your life you ever experience feeling neglected or forgotten, then until you resolve those by releasing that energy, you're always going to be triggered. You're going to always somehow be taken back to that original energy when it first occurred. So yesterday there was a lot of stuff coming up, and instead of fighting it and resisting it, go back to the earlier days of this 40-day journey, I just went with the flow of it. Because one of the things that I realized is that, a lot of times when we get to that lull, remember I was talking about before about the high points and low points with the heartbeats and everything. It's in those low points that we feel like, oh, I'm down, oh goodness, I don't want to feel down. I want to be up, up, up. Well, guess what? Just like with a heartbeat, if you're always up, then guess what happens? That puts undue stress on your adrenal gland, which causes you to have a whole lot of fatigue. Now, I've given you a lot of information just in a few short seconds about the need to release in order to resolve. But my point is this. Instead of resisting what happens and the lull and the energy in the low points, allow yourself to realize and tell yourself that in those low points, what you're doing is you're actually shedding weight that you cannot take with you on that upward climb. All right? Because it is a climb upward. You don't just jump up. You have to climb up. But the only way that you can actually climb up is that you got to free yourself of that undue weight. And doesn't the Bible say that you lay aside every weight? You lay aside every weight. You don't carry that weight on you. And that's what we do when we're in the passive state. Because when we're in a passive state, we are carrying around years and years of not just our own unresolved issues, but the unresolved issues of the folks that raised us and we grew up around and all of this kind of stuff. And it feels like we're never, ever in a place where we are free. Okay? And if you're free, then that means that you can move up. That means that you can make progress, that you can allow yourself to experience the joy of living your purpose. We're not even cognizant most of the time that when we're anxious and upset, it has everything to do with us feeling, again, disappointed, bitter, and resentful. And we think that we have to carry that around. We think that whatever happened to us that caused us to feel this way now, that we got to keep carrying that around. And the thing of it is release that energy in order to resolve being triggered. Okay? We struggle because we think that we got to somehow clear our minds totally of the memories. Never. The memories are there. But what you can do is change your mind about the memories. So whereas before, anything that would trigger you remembering would keep you in this constant state of upset. Now, and this is when you know that it's resolved, your first inclination is to look back and be able to say, I can see where that actually helped me along my journey. All right? So, tonight, for your homework, allow whatever stuff comes up. Allow it. Now, in allowing, you're actually empowering yourself. Because when you allow it, you choose actually what your response is going to be. So allow it to come up and then decide, do I want to continue on in the passive state, or do I want to allow this to come up, release it, see it head on, release it so that I can keep up on my steady climb, taking off that unnecessary weight. All right? So that's your homework. And I know it's a little late. It's almost 7 o'clock on Wednesday, July 16th. But that's okay. Because you know what? That's the beauty of the internet. You can come back to it as many times as necessary in order to get the work done. We only have one objective, and that is freedom to live our purpose. All right? So, release in order to resolve. Dr. Danielle Mincy White of Emotional Physical Therapy. See you tomorrow.